organized by PLAC and is supported by the EU. My name is Chinaza Precious Ugwani and I am from Enugu State. I am a youth leader. As you can see, I am not here alone. By my far right is...
Okay, my name is Dignity. I'm in Agawan, and I'm a public policy analyst, and I'm a farmer as well, and I'm from Edo State.
Okay, by my right is...
My name is Doyum Krisha Kyoku. I'm from Taraba State and I'm a woman's advocate.
Okay, by my left is who?
I'm Zainab Abdul Fattah from Gombe State. I'm a development worker and I'm a gender and inclusion advocate.
Okay.
Hello guys, my name is Fawaz Ali. I am a farmer and a lawyer. I am from Oyo State.
On today's episode, we're going to be discussing the impact of the current economic crisis on the Nigerian youth. As we all know, things have gotten worse in Nigeria. We all can feel it. I can feel it, you can feel it, everybody here can feel it. The price of things are up. Even to subscribe is a problem. So it is affecting everybody. And here today, we are here to talk about our reality, what is going on. So me and my colleagues are going to dive into the discussion. And I'm going to start from Zainab. Zainab, what is your current reality, seeing what is happening in Nigeria today?
All right, so wahala be like bicycle. So as I mentioned, I'm a development worker. So I go to the grassroots. I'm an advocate. I advocate for inclusion, girl child education. And then you go to a community whereby people are not able to feed themselves. You go to a father that has 7 children, 5 children, and he's not able to provide the basic necessities, food, clothing, education. Not even talking about education. So now when I advocate, okay, take your children to school, who is going to provide the money? Do you understand? Like things have gotten worse, especially in the rural communities. So I feel like this is one of the very, very important aspects that we really should consider, how the economic crisis has affected the educational landscape in Nigeria, especially for the rural and marginalized people, those from hard to reach areas, because that's mostly where I do my advocacies. And another thing is, this economic crisis, as you are seeing, today you enter market, you buy a bag of rice, a certain amount. Then when you enter the next day, it has increased by like 100%. Do you know that this actually affects the mental health of youth?
Yes, it does.
There is, in Nigeria, we actually don't have this awareness on mental health. But when we really dig deep into it, we find out that this current economic realities actually affect the mental health of youth. So I feel like these are some of the current realities, some that we don't even, notice.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Zainab, for that. That was very, very insightful. So we know that the economic crisis, it has caused mental health problem in Nigeria, and then it has caused kind of barrier to education. Thank you very much for that. I'm going to move on to you, Dignity. What do you have to say about this?
Okay, I think speaking on what my colleague here have said on insecurity and the current health effects on our youth, she's quite right, because if you look at what we have seen currently, even on social media, well, a lady poisoned her boyfriend alongside about 3 other guys. It shows that this issue of mental health really need to look at, because it send someone that is saying a normal person will not even go as far as poisoning somebody, talking of poisoning 4 persons. So this shows that the economic crisis is actually telling on the mental health of many Nigerians. Now, aside what you said, I also see that I'm a business person. I have a business, like I said before. I have a logistic business in Benin, which is airfood logistics, and here in Abuja, I'm into farming poultry. Now, the cost of productions have increased. We can't buy feed anymore. Now, I guess we all eat eggs. How much do you buy eggs in your area? So,
let's not go there.
A crate of egg now is 5,500, 6,000. How can the common man buy that? So, it's telling on us. These are effects that we are feeling as Nigerians, and they're coming to jobs opportunity, high rate of unemployment. Now, going by statistics, over 51% of our youths are unemployed in Nigeria. They are unemployed, and even those that have jobs currently, they are losing it, because most organizations, they are laying off their staff because they can't maintain it, because of high cost of head production. They can't maintain it.
Right.
So all these are what we are facing in Nigeria as the effects of the economic crisis.
All right, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. I saw something online where somebody said, imagine if the girl that poisoned the boyfriend, if the boyfriend had carried the food to a hostel where boys do two spoons, they would have killed like 50 other persons. So,
Could have been
so
crazy.
it would have been a crazy one. So obviously, the mental health of Nigerians are really deteriorating, and it needs to be looked at. And it's because of the economic crisis. But thinking of so many things. Thank you so much for that. Doyum, you please, what do you have to say about this?
Okay, so with the whole situation of the economic hardship we're all facing, like you rightly said, mental health is being affected, and we cannot even deny the fact that the crime rate has gone up. People are scared. Like sometimes when I give my card to the POS person, I'm like looking, okay, if you hold it too long, I'm scared that they'll come and wipe. I'll swipe my card later. If you use a transaction and it's declined, you'll be like, let me hold my receipt. No, they'll tell you, I'll show you.
This lady is scared of you too.
Do you understand? So we're all scared. We're all scared. We're like, oh my God, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Let's not even talk about cyber crime. As in 234
Yahoo.
have been given a very bad name.
Yes.
Like, okay, Yahoo, 419, fraud, anything, benefit boys. It's just name it. Pablo and Pablet. Do you understand? And it's not even funny at this point because it's giving us a bad name. Some people are into tech now and they can't even employ you. Once they check and you fill your form down to the last part and they say, which country are you from? They just tell you, are you from Nigeria? You say, oh, I'm so sorry to inform you. I'll be like, what's happening?
Because of the bad image.
Just because of the bad image. And some people are advocating that, oh, it's fine. These people are the only ones keeping the economy afloat. Like, what kind of logic is that? I'm scared, like, if a transaction goes south, I'm like, oh my God, will I get my money back? Will I get my money back? Like, if I say legit, even when I go to customer service, I'm guarding my, what do you call it? My details, my personal details, because I'm scared, like, all those 1 naira they score, because people say that, oh, these people also have a hand in this thing.
Bankers now still.
Okay, so you see why we all have to safeguard this. So the economic crisis has brought about increase in crime rate. It's everywhere. We can't even talk about, okay, crime rate without talking about kidnapping. Where I come from, we're very scared about kidnapping. I'm coming from the north, and banditry is everywhere. Do you understand? We see on TikTok now, people talk about, oh, kidnapping is a lucrative business. You see them with flashing money that I've never seen in my life, and they'll tell you that, oh, this is the business they do. They won't tell you this is what we do. It pays. So it's saddening that this is what we have come to as a country. Crime rates being increased, and there's nobody to even check these things.
Nobody.
You just have to know it. Sometimes when I say, okay, how are you going by? I'm going to an occasion of traveling. You say, is you road? They say, okay, hold ransom money. And it's just casual, like, hold ransom money. They'll be like, okay, flight is expensive. They say, but you have to hold ransom money. And the ransom is in millions. And it's annoying because the people who can afford to pay these ransoms in quotes don't even take those routes. It's the one who is saving on money, saving on cost. Yeah. So these are the issues we are facing with the whole economic crisis. We don't even know where to turn to. Is it banditry, where people are being displaced? Is it the kidnapping? A lot of things are going wrong. Crime rates, and people are being celebrated for doing illegal things. Like, people say, okay, like how they say that, oh, the cyber crime people are keeping the economy afloat, which I said earlier, but it is wrong that these people are being glorified.
I have a question. Sorry to cut in. Yeah, I have a question. Now, what should these young Nigerians do instead? Because truth be told, yeah, we have high rate of employment, like Dignity said.
Unemployment.
Yes, unemployment. We have a very high rate of unemployment, like Dignity said. And these boys are also trying to survive, And to be honest with you, some people are saying that the prop-up economy is not a joke. They assist small businesses, hotels and bars are very, very happy to have these guys around. No jokes now. If you ask around, they do.
Yeah.
So what should these boys be doing instead to feed themselves? A number of them are the ones feeding their families. Even their father and mother are praying for them to do successful yahoo. Yes, now. So what should they do instead?
Again, I also want to add to what Fawa said.
Okay.
Now, we can't be saying what they are doing is wrong, or we are trying to discourage them, especially on the part of our government, and they are not making provisions. They are not jobs for them. For me, I feel if we really want to tackle this issue and discourage people from going into it, the government should be able to provide something for them, or encourage or create an enabling environment for them to strive with legal jobs or legal businesses, because the company is not even friendly.
Okay.
That's
So
it.
do you want to go or should I go in?
let me ask you this question.
Yes.
Nigeria employs how many civil servants? Do you know?
How many?
Nigeria employs less than 50,000 civil servants. the civil servants in Nigeria are not 10% of the working force. The government cannot afford to pay everybody.
That's why they should create the environment, the enabling environment for them to strive.
Okay. So you said something about keeping businesses afloat, right? You know, these businesses are not like made for the civil servants, people who are doing legit jobs. Because why is a bottle of Azul as expensive as it is? Why are houses so expensive? So I think even the landlords, the business owners, actually encouraging these boys to go out.
Yeah, right.
To do these things because it's expensive. Nightlife is expensive in Nigeria. If you want to have a glass of cocktail, you cannot have anything less than 15K. So after having a long day at work and I want to unwind, I can't.
Do you?
Because of the prices.
Why are you talking about nightlife?
Okay,
People never fill their tanks since the beginning of this thing.
All right. This has been said. We've talked about insecurity. We talked about corruption. We talked about so many things that are the effects of these economic crisis. Now, Fawaz, do you have more to add? Because it seems a lot has been said. Do you have more to add?
Well, yes, a little bit. I think the economic crisis that we have now, people are still suffering. We have overflowed that we are suffering, and we remain a suffering people until a number of things change. Now, because of our suffering, the youths, because we're resilient people. Nigerians are very resilient. Whatever you do to us, we will stand. So the Nigerian youths now, we have looked at the 419 aspects. Our people are jackpying. Was it 2 days ago? The what do you call Kano Medical Doctors Associations? They said that they've lost over 300 doctors to Jackpot syndrome within last year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and all of this that's just one state in Nigeria. It can be verified. I think I read it in the Punch. So they have lost people to Jackpot syndrome. And we continue to lose a lot of brilliant minds to Japa syndrome because they feel like the environment here is not sustainable enough for them to do their businesses. Businesses are suffering seriously. 30% of poultries in Nigeria have shut down. Dignity, you are a farmer like myself.
I can't even afford to buy day chicks.
See, Dignity is saying egg is 5,000 now. This is not a curse or a swear. We will buy egg for 7,000 before the end of this year. This is because it's not about God forbid now. The cost of production, we are seeing the cost of production, and we cannot pay. So we must do something about it. Japa may be an answer.
Are you telling us something for us?
Thank you so much.
You just said something, but we know understand.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So now we have seen our reality. It is obvious that things are bad. So now I want us to know if you can talk about the causes of these things. So this is where we are. These are reality now. There is inflation, there is insecurity, so many things are happening. But what brought us here? We are here now, but what brought us here? I don't know how we're going to talk about it, but what brought us here? What is the cause of this current economic crisis we're having? Let's start from you, Doyum. What brought us here?
Okay, so you mentioned insecurity. Yeah. So I'm just going to narrow it down to Northeast, where I'm from. That region is predominantly an agricultural space, and with the rising cost of production and the insecurity in the Northeast, farmers are not able to go to their farms anymore. The out of school kids now have resulted into other means of should I say livelihood?
Yes.
Okay, it's livelihood. I mentioned kidnapping and banditry. It is so rampant that some people don't go to school. Like Zainab said, you're scared. Like some communities, nobody goes to school there because you're scared. Okay, maybe if you go to school today, you'll be packed. Students, teachers, pupils, anyone in the premises will be moved.
Nobody is safe.
Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe. Like kids are not safe anymore. Then, okay, while back at the farm, people are scared to go there because that could be your unlucky day. And then some people who have planted things cannot even harvest because they're scared when they go back. So this is bringing wastage, and we don't need that as an economy right now. We need all the help, all the resources we can get. Like vast farmlands. If you go to Northeast, I don't know, okay, I'm going to use Taraba. Taraba is big. It is vast. It is wide. It is rich. But you're scared that, okay, if I go to the farm today, something is going to happen. And then people who rely on this produce, like people in the South who don't necessarily farm these products, are waiting. And then there's like a a break in the bridge.
Yeah,
There's no connecting because
the
the
supply
farmers
chain
are
is
not farming,
disrupted.
and even if they farm, they can't harvest,
Yes.
and then there's no one to move this produce to the other parts of the country. So this is definitely going to make our economy dwindle, like I said earlier. And then if you manage to farm on your way, bandits can waylay you, hijack you, and then you pay for those products that you haven't even gotten money for.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you very much
oh
for
my God.
mentioning that. Okay, you seem to have something
No,
to
it's
say.
crazy.
now.
It's crazy.
Go on.
So what she
crazy.
mentioned, right? The current reality of Nigeria, we forgot to mention, is hunger. Why is it that every politician now, when he wants to campaign, he's going to campaign with rice? In my place, do you know that they are sharing one pack of spaghetti for like 5 people? They will remove the sticks, the spaghetti sticks, to go and share.
That is awful.
So
That's
like,
poverty.
Yes, yes,
bottom line of
poverty and
poverty.
hunger. Like this is the ripple effect of all this insecurity,
Yes.
right? And then back to what I mentioned, when we talk about education, I believe lack of education is actually one of our major problem as youth in Nigeria, and this affects our economy. Okay, so for example, now where I come from, we have been advocating for take girls to school. Even the boys, you see Almajiri child, you see children outside, they are not going to school. So I mean, all these things leads to all these things that are our current reality, right? It leads to youth who have nothing, no soft skills, no hard skills. They don't have the education, even if they want to be entrepreneurs, when they want to venture into the digital landscape.
Industry.
They don't have that skills, right? So you see, education actually, it's actually both a cause and an effect, right? Now when we talk about inclusion is very, very important. We have to make a way for the marginalized communities, persons with disabilities, women and youth, to have access to education, to have access to empowerment initiatives that is going to actually help boost our economy.
All right, thank you so much. I like when Zainab talks because she has a way of putting women inclusion in everything she talks about. She has a serious passion for that. So thank you so much for that. So Fawaz, what do you have to say about this?
Okay, so I'm just going to make two quick points. First of all, our problems, one of the major causes of our problems is our dependency on oil. Young people in Nigeria have to diversify. Oil is gone. The world has moved on from oil. So young people have to look at the digital economy, and Nigerians are making waves there. So we can do more for ourselves, especially young people. Then access to information, for me, I believe it's very key. Let all of us know where we are moving to. Get the information, know where to apply for grants, know where to learn the skills you need to get to where you need to go. Mentorship for young people. It's all of these things are very important. Find good mentors, people that can lead you into the future that you want to be in. The young population in Nigeria, like you guys have said, are going to lead the next 2 generations. Whether our fathers and our uncles like it or not, they will leave this world for us, and we will be what is left.
Yes.
And if we do not change the situation that we have on ground, because the situation that we have on ground now is devastating, and we are going to give birth to our children in this situation. So if we do not do something radical to shake up things, we will have our children sitting here in the next 30 years telling us that we have failed. So youths have to wake up. It is not just about the government. I like people always calling out the government and saying the government should do this, government should do that. But the truth of the matter is, there are young people succeeding without government help.
We also need to play our parts.
Exactly. We need to play our part. So there is no such thing as luck, as one of my mentors always says. It's opportunity plus preparation. So you must always, give yourself that playing field. You must be ready to play. If not, you won't get to pay.
Yes, thank you so much. Now we have said the causes, we've talked about the effects. It is of no use talking about the problems you have if you don't have a solution. So if you came here and there's no solution to these things we've spoken about, I don't really think there is any need we sitting here. So I want to know, if we have solutions, what can Nigerians do? We have found ourselves in this situation. Nigeria is already like this. Inflation is happening, kidnapping is happening, it's all happening. So what do the youths do? We are here now. The youth are here. We are in Nigeria. We're not going again. Even if Jackpot finish, we will still come back. So what do? We as the youth, what's the advice we have for the youths out there? So I'm going to start from you, Zainab. What do you think the youth can do to come out of this thing happening to us in Nigeria?
All right, so the youth should build their skills, both in the aspect of soft skills and hard skills, because these skills are very, very important. They are really vital. And like Fawaz mentioned, we need to go out there and look for this information. We can't just sit down and wait for information to reach us. Fawaz, how can people from rural areas reach out or get access to this type of information that we're talking about? Because I'm passionate about people from rural areas.
So I myself live and work in my village. I farm in where I'm coming from. My grandfather farmed there, my great-grandfather farmed there, and it is a rural area. So the thing is, people like you and myself that are lucky and privileged enough to be exposed, we have to take this information back home. We can't expect these people to fend for themselves. So we must advocate. I have a class of young people that I mentor in my own area. So, and I have mentors too, So there is no age where you don't need mentors, and there is no age where you don't need mentees. Because when you have mentees, they help you put yourself in check. You learn from them just as much as they learn from you. So it is a huge help to have mentees. So our people that are in the rural areas, people like yourself and myself, there is no village that doesn't have one successful son. The truth is that we forget where we come from. I made a joke about Jakpa, but the truth is I can never leave this country. Even if I go anywhere, I will come back.
Okay,
because
so Naza, I think another thing that we can leverage on Naza is technology.
Yes.
Right? As youth, we are actually we have that skills related to technology, and you all agree with me that right now, technology gives us like that age. It provides employment opportunities. People keep saying there is no job, waiting for government to bring job. But actually, technology is creating lots of jobs, thousands of jobs in Nigeria. So I feel like we should leverage on technology. Actually going to help our economy as youth.
All right, thank you, Zaina, for that. When Fawaz was talking, he talked about the people that are informed, going back to their rural areas to inform them. Now we have youth that they have the opportunity to be informed, but they don't want to be informed. The white man said that if you want to hide anything from an African, keep it in a book. So they don't read. For example, they say, we don't know the policies, we don't know what the government is doing. But if you go to PLAC.org, you see all those things there. They post everybody, they don't read. People don't read. And it's another problem. Well, we're talking about solutions, so let's just leave that. So I'm going to come to you, Dignity. What do you have to say?
Before I talk about solutions, I feel we missed out something about the causes of this problem we are talking about this crisis. Now, we didn't really talk about poor implementation of government policies. For me, we are doing internship at the National Assembly, right? We see them every day passing bills and doing different resolutions, but we have policies already, we have agencies and different sectors already, but they are not working.
They're not doing
So I think this is an aspect that we also need to talk about. Nigerians need to put heads together and look at it, because for me, I feel they should even halt or stop whatever implementation or policy makings they are making. They should focus on implementing. Yes. Now, recently, while we are at the plenary, there was a bill that they should create a new institute for these drug abusers and narcotic whatever. Then Comrade Adam Soshomle brought it to our notice that we already have agencies for this issue regarding this thing. We have NAFDAC there. What are they doing? So he was able to bring it up that they should strengthen this agency and not create a new one. So these are issues I feel which we also tackle on, because every day they bring up new policies. They are not working. We have EROPD, economic something to revive the economy, right? We have an agency already for it, but because of lack of political will, they politicize everything in Nigeria. Now we are talking about the youth are not working, youth are going into corruptions and differences, but it's the government that is not creating that avenue for them to strive. Our youths are very innovative. If you want to talk about it, I'm innovative. Fawaz has business. You
so
have
you
to
not call us the girls.
No. She too do something. Everyone is doing. Everybody has. Nigerians were hardworking. Yes, but it's the policy that we have that are not working. I remember one time in Benin, when I was doing my logistics, when I was still schooling, the government came up with the policy that if you don't have up to 5 bikes, because of instead of them to tackle insecurity. Now they said a lot of persons are using this logistics bike to rob and do different criminal activities in Benin. Instead of them to tackle the issue, they came up with the policy that if you don't have up to 5-6 bikes in Benin, you cannot operate. Now how do you expect a common man that for a small business, small scale business owner, you want to scrap them out of the business? So issues, causes of this that have brought us to where we are now. Now, coming to solutions, like
all right,
you
thank
said.
you, Dignity. I think you already said your solution. When you talked
I have
about,
another
you
thing I want to
said
add.
that instead of them to keep bringing out more policies,
Yes.
they should
Focus on-
implement.
They should focus,
the
yes,
ones. So
yes.
it's a solution.
And addition,
It's just-
well,
okay.
here's one
Okay, quickly,
additional
just short.
addition. We have, just like PLAC, we have many agencies. So we have many NGOs, both international NGOs and different NGOs that are willing to support. I feel the government should create this avenue. They should partner with NGOs to support youth-friendly business in Nigeria. They should create funds and grants and all
loans
for Nigerians, for Nigerian
Make
youths
it
to
easier for
work.
them.
It make it easier for them as well.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
these are
All right,
solutions
thank
that
you
you
so
can
much,
also look at.
Lily. In a few minutes, please. Thank you.
You saw that I breathed in and breathed out. I'm going to keep it very short. Yes, two things. One, youth tokenism. It must stop. Don't bring in young people if you don't need to, or if you don't want to hear what we have to say. If you really just want to just say for photo ops, don't bring us in.
Yes.
We have passed that level of just for show face. Most people, young people, have a lot of things on their minds.
Yes.
We have a lot of problems.
We have the capacity.
We have capacity to do. Secondly, Nigerian youth policy. I urge young people to go and read it. Educate yourself on these things so that you can talk to your electoral representatives on this. That is my submission. Thank you.
Just go to PLAC website. Even if you don't know where to go to PLAC
all those
website, and you
policies are
see
there.
everything you need to see there. You see everything you need to see there. Okay, moving on to the NAS Roundup segment, I would want to ask if anybody has anything to say. We've been in NAS for like the past few weeks, and so many things have been happening. Do you have anything? Has anything happened that caught your interest that you'd want to share with us?
Okay. Can I start?
Okay, you can.
So, within the last week, something of interest that will affect all Nigerians happened.
Okay.
The president sent 4 bills to the National Assembly. Those bills are on tax. Majorly, what the bill seeks to do is to try and consolidate all our taxes to make people to avoid double taxation, and it would also increase the VAT. So there is a lot of clamor on this bill. The bill has passed first reading, and we hope to see where the bill goes from there.
Okay, thank you for sharing that. Does another person have anything?
Oh, I do.
Okay,
So,
nice.
this week as well, the House of Representatives they passed a bill on child rights and welfare commission, and it seeks to safeguard the child, a robust framework to help and protect the child.
Okay.
Also, this bill has it has also passed second reading.
Yes, that's passed second reading.
Yeah, it was brought by Honorable Barrister Okejo. He's the representative of Oshodi Isolo Federal Constituency
In Lagos.
In
So
Lagos.
it's a good step, and moving forward, we'll see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for sharing these experiences. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for speaking your mind. Thank you for telling us what has been happening in NAS. So
You want to use thank you kill us?
Collect the thank you now. So this is the end of our podcast. We want to give special shout out to PLAC for organizing this. Thank you for having us.
Thank you, PLAC.
We also want to give a special shout out to EU
We
for
suppose clap.
supporting this.
You don't do us well.
Thank you all and bye. Au revoir.
Bye.